Alrighty, whoever I'm talking to, you went through something very difficult. And how do I know that? Because I've been sitting here trying to turn this camera on, trying to get the words to say to explain this, and it felt very difficult to talk about. You know what I'm saying? I was like, wow, I'm a Gemini, so words do not escape me. You know what I'm saying? And so, but I felt your energy. Like you went through something so, it's like it wrecked you. It wrecked you emotionally. For some of you guys, it could be work related. I do see the devil card here, so that could be your profession, your career. Others of you, this could be a masculine energy. This could be having to do with your father, but some of you guys, this has to do with a friend. All right, there's some other cards that suggest this could be having to do with friendship or partnership of some sort. Okay, platonic or otherwise. But whatever it is, it wrecked you. It really did a number on you. It might still have you in a chokehold. Okay, just looking at this energy here, it might still have you feeling limited, like you're not back to your full self, or it's very difficult to talk about. You just feel deeply cut, deeply hurt. Deeply cut, deeply hurt. For some of you guys, you feel abandoned, or for some of you guys, you had to abandon something. So there's that. I can also tell by some of these other cards that like you guys are in a place where you are actually opening up. Death card and the devil card. You are actually opening up to new connections, but not like you're not open though. Death card and devil card, you are still very much wrapping up whatever that thing was that just ended. Like something crash landed, stick a fork in it, is done. Like kaboom, blew up. Like hit the fan doesn't quite explain what happened there. But like something ended in a way that can never be revived. And it actually created some fear or triggered some fear, or if it's not fear, it's like it makes you feel restricted or limited in some way. Right now, you might feel restricted or limited in some kind of way. Even though I can see this card here, that you may be meeting up, talking to people, building friendships, things of that nature, you also still might be limited in how much you can open up and get to know people and things of that nature. Some of you guys are in this place of, taking a chance on, look, the Lover's card and the Death card. For some of you guys, this was a love relationship that ended. This was a partner. This was a partner, and this could be platonic, like I said, it could be friendship, but it also could be very much a romantic partner. Just someone you felt very intertwined with. Your life, your missions, your days, your money, your resources, everything was like intertwined with this person. And there's this ending, this transformation of sorts. For a small group of you guys, you could still be with this person, but the relationship is not the same. Like, it's like we got to actually start over again and talk about everything now. We got to set new agreements. We got to go back to like the reset button. We got to hit a reset button, something like that. I love this. The Empress and the Lovers. Some of you guys are healing something. That situation had to end so that you could birth into this new version of yourself. You could birth this new chapter. That whatever that relationship was, it was karmic. It was karmic, which means that it's a soulmate partnership that was sent here to teach you a very difficult lesson, but it was a very important lesson that you needed to carry over from your last lifetime, that you needed to learn. You didn't quite finish up that lesson in the last lifetime, and so you needed to learn the next level of that lesson or something like that this lifetime. And so it was very purposeful, very karmic, but that relationship was destined to end. It was always going to end. That was always a part of the plan, and it needed to end so that you could birth some type of new version of yourself. Some type of healed version of yourself. That relationship was a byproduct of your unhealed self. And as you are healing yourself more and more, relationships like that relationship must end, or else you stay stuck in that old version of you, and then you carry this same lesson onto the next lifetime. And so for quite a few of you guys, you are in a really healed space, and you are making better choices as far as who you partner with and who you align with. Okay, some of you guys, small group of you guys may be pregnant, literally pregnant, with a baby, and that is a soulmate that's coming through to help you continue your healing as well. For another group of you guys, you were kind of pregnant with purpose, if you will. That's always fun to say. But yeah, you're at a point now where you're releasing the burden of what happened. Yeah, that thing happened. Yeah, that thing knocked you off your square. It really did a number on you, gut punched you type energy. But you're healing. You're getting back to your flow state. You're actually releasing the stress and the burden and the trauma and the drama of that situation. Some of you guys are in a place where you're really just getting your nervous system back to balance. You're healing your nervous system. It's beautiful to see. Yeah, and really you're healing your mind, your thoughts, because this thing did a number on your mind, your thoughts, how you saw yourself, how you saw the world, what you thought about friendship, what you thought about lovers, what you thought about what you deserve. Like, it really did a number on your mind, your mental space. So your memories, you might find that you've been ruminating on the situation, thinking about it over and over again, unable to kind of move forward, unable. So some of you guys, you might be unable to forgive. You might have been unable to forgive, and you may find that that forgiveness is coming up as a possibility now, or just being able to release out of your mind what happened, just like releasing the burden of it. Some of you guys felt stuck, like all you could think about was that situation, all you could compare everything to was that situation, like you just felt stuck. But that's coming to an end. It looks like that stuckness is coming to an end. That the way that situation had your mind in a chokehold is coming to an end. I love this. 10 of Wands. You like, I am not fitting to be stressed no more. Some of you guys will not allow anyone to stress you like that ever again. Like, you're like, oh, that was one and done, one and done. Oh, 5 of Cups. Here's your card for today. Mourning. As you can see, she's crying. She's mourning. There's 3 cups that spilled over. I don't know if that's blood in those cups or what is red, something red in those cups, but there are 3 cups that have spilled over, which implies relationships that have ended or situations that have ended that have emotionally caused you to feel like you've lost something, dropped something, spilled something. You know what I'm saying? Like you're grieving something. This is a card of sadness. For some of you guys, you are sad about what's happened. Yeah, underlying energies, the actual 3 of Cups. So there was a friendship, a situation that maybe could be considered a relationship, a commitment of some sort, a job of some sort that involved other people. There was something that used to bring you happiness, joy, community, something of that nature, fulfillment. There was something like that, some people in your life like that, and now those relationships have since ended. You've since ended, and it is emotionally difficult. All right, for some of you guys, depression could be something that you've come in and out of, or dealing with, but really just feels like sadness and grief. It just feels like, crying over spilt milk, because the spilt milk was, you liked the milk. You know what I'm saying? You liked and loved the relationships. You thought that was something that was going to be an emotional anchor for you or emotionally supportive for you, and something has ended. And there's a grief there. But then also you see these 2 cups here, which she's not paying any attention to, that actually are blooming something. So while there are things that have ended, like I said, there are things that are still there that are growing, that you are moving towards, or you could move towards. But I'm not sure how many people are actually focused on what they still have. You may be still just wrapping up your emotions about what happened and what you no longer have. All right. And so the advice here today would be, take your time to grieve, because you can't just skirt past grieving and being sad. That's called toxic positivity. Like, oh, nothing is wrong with me. No. That hurts your heart, and it hurts your heart in a bad way, a deep way. And so take the time you need to grieve the loss of things, to mourn it, to really think it through, to really be upset, to go through all of the range of emotions of grief. Like, take the time to do that for yourself. And also, after a point, give yourself permission to say, okay, like, all is actually not lost. In fact, I actually may be better off without that, or maybe this is good for me. Maybe this is a blessing in disguise. Like, at some point, get to the point of acceptance. Get to the point of releasing it, making peace with what happened, understanding what happened, forgiving what happened. Not because you condone what they did or how that unfolded, but because you don't want to continue to hold those ill feelings in your heart and weigh yourself down and create physical ailment and mental health issues for yourself when that situation had to end, when that is all a part of the plan. All right. Somebody said unforgiveness is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, forgive them for yourself, not for them, not to condone them, not because you're going to go back to them, but because you need to free your heart up to go and do the things you love, attract people who treat you better or care for you better, care for you the way you deserve, to go live a life that feels more fulfilling. All right. Peace, guys.